My nuts! Hey everyone, welcome to the 4th episode of BMM. Today I will interview the YouTuber known as TheExplodingNess or known as 1064. Above, you can see a description of his YouTube channel. So sit back and relax and witness an exclusive behind the scenes of 1064's YouTube channel. And now, on to the interview! Don't worry about it.
Alright, well, hello.
Hi there, 1064. Thank you so much for appearing on my talk show series, BMM, or known as Behind Mario's Mustache, where I talk to small Mario machinists about how they make their content.
Well, it's no problem. I'm not really doing anything. I have been working on a video, but I'm not really doing anything at the moment. So, yeah, it's a pleasure, yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, that actually pops to one of the questions I have to ask you here. You don't mind if I ask it?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually about your
Sure,
most
go ahead.
recent video you actually made about why you weren't uploading. You said you were moving more to Gmod, but adding more Mario videos. So are you still making Mario skits?
So basically, there's a couple things I kind of want to do. I mean, the first thing was, I've been watching a lot of, like, plush tubers. I don't know if you know what those are.
I feel like I've heard of them,
Mario plush
actually.
videos.
Aren't they
Yeah,
people like
those.
SML?
Yeah, definitely. But, like, better, you know? But basically, I have so many plushies. Like, I want to use them for plush videos. Because, you know, I feel like but I think Mario 64, for some reason, I don't know. It's harder for me to do. I guess I want a Gmon because I think I might better it. I think it's just more fun to do. Though I think plush videos is something I might want to do more, but I think Gmon is something you can expect from my channel. And I want to add some SM64 elements, but you know, I also want to do voices. So.
Oh, speaking
Yeah,
of voices, I actually am a self-proclaimed voice actor.
Oh, cool.
You see, I ever heard of a channel called Mario Pie?
I think I have.
There's this one who I've worked with, this guy, I'm not sure if you heard of him, he was called LL500X.
Yeah, I know him. Me and him are good friends.
Yeah, I've actually friended him a while back.
Yeah, he helped me with one of my videos.
Same here. He helped me with an idea for one of mine, actually. Didn't use it, but he really helped. I made this video a while back called Mario's 3 Wishes, where Mario finds a genie's lamp and he makes 3 stupid wishes, ruining the lives of the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw that video. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, mostly, besides plushies, I make something that's a teeny bit controversial by some YouTubers. I decided as a fun idea, why not I mix Mario 64 with Gacha Life? So that's mostly the basis of my channel. People don't like it because of some sort of reason online. Weird, huh?
I mean, I completely understand why people don't like it. I personally don't care, but I mean, do it, people. You do what you want. I mean, people have their opinions, but Gacha Life can be cool. So I think that's actually a really fun idea that you did. No, I haven't seen anybody do that before, so.
Yeah, I decided, why not I just make it in a fun area? Well, basically, I'd had an idea of making a backstory. Like, my first video was going to be, like, how SLGM arrived in the Mushroom Kingdom. But that's going to be a later story. I haven't uploaded it, but you want to hear what the basis was?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Mario basically, he hangs out in the area where Peach's secret slide is, and basically, he decides to get spaghetti, so he uses Peach's credit card and makes her go broke. Basically, he's hanging out in the castle, the doorbell rings, Princess Peach answers it, and Toad's the mailman. And basically, he says, here's your mail, and I have an order for $5,000 worth of spaghetti, or something like that. Princess Peach gets angry, so beats up Mario for that, but basically the way they make their money is they do a room for rent. That's where my character shows up. He somehow lands in the Mushroom Kingdom world, and basically what happens is, you're gonna find this hilarious, he goes to the castle for the room for rent, but instead of renting a room, he buys the entire castle.
Huh.
Yeah, with the YouTube money. But the funny part is what he does to Princess Peach. He buys her a castle in the middle of the Arctic and just ships her there.
Well, that's funny.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it when it's finished.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing it as a later video, maybe after I make a parody of if Mario was in Gacha Life.
I mean, hey, go ahead. That seems like a good video.
Besides that, I have a few questions to ask you, if you don't mind answering for the fans.
Isn't that what an interview is?
Yeah, but I try to have a little casual talk as well to make it interesting.
Casual talk is very good during interviews. Anyways, go on.
Anyway, I saw your video about your Sweet 16, scratch that, I mean your Sweet Super Mario 64 birthday video.
Okay.
And what cost you to make it?
Okay, so I got a lot to talk about this one. My computer just fell asleep.
Don't worry about it.
So, anyway, first of all, I don't want to ruin my age, but that whole video was a parody of there's this show called Sweet 16, and basically the main premise is these spoiled teen girls, basically they're very rich, have their like family or their dad make this super awesome like cool birthday party for themselves, and then there's obviously something at the end that goes wrong and makes it all, oh my god, my birthday and stuff. Even South Park did a parody on it, so I mean,
yeah.
A robot chick.
It kind of reminded
So
me of that stereotype.
Yes. So basically, the whole point was that you know, everybody else do it, so I wanted to, but I also wanted to include some machinists.
Oh
As a
yeah.
birthday video, so I was like, yeah, why not I do that? It seems awesome. So.
Okay.
But people don't people are like, yeah, dude, I watched your Sweet SM64 birthday. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
I thought it'd be funny for me to ask that kind of question because L500X made a video of his Q&A video.
Yeah, I know,
He roasted you about having a Sweet 16. So I thought it would be funny, hey, why not I say it in a question format during this Discord call?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Second thing, I saw your bed and breakfast video.
Oh no.
Really funny.
Oh, no.
But I found something
Thank you.
really interesting, and I'm pretty sure the fans want to know this too. This reporter shows in a later scene, and he looks just like LL500X. Was he in a cameo, or was that just some other machinist with around the same color code?
So, what I do for random people like that is I just go onto the thing, and I just pick random ass colors, and I'm like, okay, there we go. So, if it looks like another machinist, then I'm like, well, it's not the machinist. So, it's not LLX500, it's not Pedro Man X, it's not G-Man 155. It's not a machinist. It's a news anchor. I want to change his color code, but that was I mean, it looks so similar to like a lot of machinists, so I might have to change him. But yeah, I mean, he does look like a lot of machinists. But,
Yeah. So when I first saw that, I thought, hey, I see LL500X in your videos, so I thought it was like some sort of cameo or something.
I feel like I did put him in one of my videos, like the birthday video or something.
I think
But
I've seen the Sweet 16 one, but I've also saw your Christmas one where you talked about being rushed. I didn't really notice the rushed part, but I like the comedy, especially the part where Santa robs this Mario recolor's house because he's surveilling him.
It's actually G-Man 55. It's
Yeah.
actually G-Man 155. I think. Yeah.
I do have to agree that was a really interesting concept. Pretty sure a lot of kids in the past want to record Santa, even though it's just their parents putting presents under the tree. So I really like that concept, though.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is that, like, you know, I was thinking of these three tales, and I was like, okay, which ones? So I just thought of some, you know, normal Christmas, like, stories, actual ones. So they were kind of based on that. Like, the first one were these three kids.
Wasn't that Polar Express?
Yeah, I think
I was actually thinking that because first they jump into a train, then they go to Santa's workshop just like the movie. But what I found really funny about that is where one of the Marios destroys the workshop even though it looks fine, and Santa just puts him on a naughty list for eternity.
Yeah. Basically what I did. Okay, so if you're wondering, I don't know if I should be saying this or not, but okay, so Santa mentions Dylan. Dylan, don't press that, because he knows every kid's name.
Oh
But
yeah,
basically,
he sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. It's the oldest trope in the book.
Yeah, but basically that name, because I made that color code a long time ago, back when I first started. I made color codes for my cousins, and in a now deleted video, because I was a stupid idiot who deleted a lot of my videos. Thank God I didn't delete the really good ones. But
I totally
anyway,
understand.
I made color codes for my cousins, and Dylan was one of them. So yeah, basically that was just that. So that's, I just wanted to put that in because.
Oh, don't worry about it. Well,
Anyway.
the next thing I have to ask is, what exactly do you use to make your videos?
Okay, so I always feel like people are going to judge me. I don't use Sony Vegas and never will.
Don't worry about it. Me neither.
It's confusing as hell, but like I did a video that's also deleted where I tried to make a video or a small little clip in this program called, I think it was like OBS Maker or something.
I tried to use OBS, but I don't really use it, like for recording.
OBS is, okay, so people wonder, dude, how do you have your text from Vegas in your videos, or how do you have like all these Vegas effects? And I'm like, well, I'm just really good at Camtasia, because that's what I use. Camtasia 2018.
I feel like I've heard of it, but
and I just people say it's a very terrible editor. There's a lot terrible stuff about it. But if you really just learn the program and you actually use it good, then yeah. Because what I do is I actually have a cracked version of Vegas, which when I put that in my one of my videos, making fun of how it's so hard to find a cracked version of Vegas, which it is. So that's I just did that. But yeah, Vegas. I take the text from Vegas, screenshot it, which takes up a lot of space, and put it into my computer. And then, Camtasia, and then use the Chrome key thing on there, which is actually, I personally prefer it over Vegas. And placing stuff's easier since you can actually touch the canvas and stuff, and you don't actually have to, like, do anything else. It's if you're, like, guys, any advice I can give is that if you're starting out as a machinist or something, or any Mario animator, if you're gonna start out, I wouldn't recommend Vegas to start. I would think Camtasia. But if you actually are experienced with Vegas in a way, go ahead, use Vegas. But I think Camtasia's just a little easier until you actually know what you're doing, and then you can start Vegas. Get some tips from people that know how to, from other machinists that do use Vegas, because you're not going to find any good ones online, because I tried, and it was bad. And my friend SJD4 really didn't teach me a lot of that. So yeah. I only use one program because Camtasia has its own recorder, which is actually pretty good. But I think Fraps is better, but it's really complicated. But I still use the Camtasia recorder.
I totally understand. My way of editing is a bit tricky. You see, I have to use two different forms of editing software. I use iMovie and KineMaster. KineMastering because iMovie doesn't have the layers, and sometimes iMovie because of the so-called soundtracks, where you upload files from Mario's voice clips and all that. But mostly nowadays, I just voice Mario myself because I do a really good impression.
Yeah. That was actually a really good.
Yeah, I actually used to voice stuff for like Mario Pie, like some scenes like Mario plays Mario Party 2, if you heard of that video. Yeah.
Neat.
Maybe you heard one of V's lines like this. "Aw, man, this game sucks. Give it to Luigi." Just a kidding.
Yeah, that's pretty funny, yeah.
Yeah, basically I helped LL500X with a few videos, and I think I'm actually going to appear in one of his scrubs in a chat later on.
Sweet.
Yeah, well, basically, around the time I met him, I basically, talked and actually want to know how that Mario Pie channel he made was actually born? Well, basically, we were chatting on Discord, and what happens is this. He starts texting me like, hey, here's this idea for a channel I came up with, and he shows me a banner for Mario Pie. And I say, hey, this is really cool. If you need voice actors, I'd be happy to voice for Mario. I do a really good Mario impression. And then we just chat back and forth. I send him some voice lines, and then later, Mario Plays Mario Party 2 was born. And
Nice.
I don't get paid or anything. What I ask in return is just, getting a shout out to my channel. Because I find it is a great way for advertising.
I honestly think getting paid is worse than getting a shout out is much better because that gives you recognition more.
I know.
Just money.
As for YouTube, I'm not in for the money or the fame. I guess what I see it as, this is going to be kind of stupid, but I wanted my channel to be like a household name, where in conversation, like, hey, have you heard of this guy? And it's like, hey, yes, I've heard of him, kind of thing.
Yeah. So basically, now that you're speaking of that, when I get ads on YouTube, I'm probably not gonna get ads because one, I want to make kind of adult kind of content, some that are kind of controversial, because then I don't want YouTube deleting my channel, and I don't think you need to be in the YouTube partner program to get a.
I don't think that's a problem. There's already a YouTuber who does inappropriate content in the first place, so I'm pretty sure you wouldn't get noticed. Ever heard of a YouTuber named Nuxtaku?
I don't think so, no.
He's this VTuber on YouTube who basically makes a bunch of videos. Some of it he's basically one of those YouTubers that speaks his mind, does like inappropriate content. Like contests like the YouTuber Mr. Beast, but with more adult rated stuff like Rule 34 tournaments and stuff like that.
Dang.
So I'm pretty sure whatever you post won't even be a problem. The only things watching out is maybe copyrighted music or something like that, or footage.
What I do for copyrighted music is I make sure, because I looked up how long can you have music that's copyrighted until it gets copyrighted. 10 seconds. So if you want a music, I would keep it to 1 to 7 seconds, or 1 to 8 seconds, I think is good. But yeah.
Well, I have to.
Anyway.
Oh, well,
you said that.
Oh, continue.
Yeah, okay, I'll finish this up real quick. But basically, what I go for YouTube as is basically, I don't care if I get money or anything, cause like why, man? I do this. I enjoy it, and also because I want my ideas out there. And if someone comes across my channel, looks at my videos, and they're having a bad day, but then they have a good day because they watched my video and laughed, and then that matters. Like if someone really likes content, and who knows, they might even like the video or even subscribe. So the possibilities are endless. So I don't understand why people are like, man, dude, I need some money. Man, I'm only doing YouTube for the money. Like, okay, but then if you're doing it for the money, then maybe at least produce quality content. That's all I can say. Anyway, you can continue with what
I totally understand. The reason I started YouTube was because I was inspired by, my Mario channel was because of SMG4. When I saw his videos for the first time, I thought it was kind of stupid of just Mario acting like an idiot. But I was hooked. I just kept watching it, and I just fell in love with the whole machinima community, even though I don't really know much about it. But I just loved making videos about it, and I was still not good at Gmod and all that. Sure, I use Gmod for the backgrounds and all that. And how I make Mario is I use Super Mario 3D All-Stars from that one scene of Bomb Bomb Battlefield and just screen record Mario's poses and put it into stock photos and all that.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, but basically, I made it. I see YouTube not really as a career. I see it more of as a hobby because I don't know how YouTubers literally turn it into a job and make it last. Sure, I know I wouldn't work out for me. So you work hard, you get a job, stuff like that. I just do YouTube on the side for fun. And if I get money, it's just a bonus.
Yeah, money's a bonus. Like you don't need money. You don't need money from YouTube. Get an actual job, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't, like, people have mansions because of YouTube. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You can't, YouTube should be, I mean, this is exactly why YouTube is cracking down on channels that aren't family friendly. Like,
Yeah.
YouTube 2016 and down, like, those were the good times on
Like,
YouTube.
I know
But
family friendly is
nowadays-
good, but there are a bunch of family channels which are corrupted. Literally,
Yes.
there's this little kid.
Daddy
I'm not
Five.
sure if you heard of this. There was this YouTuber called Ryan's World, a little kid
Oh my God,
channel
I
run
know
by
who
his
he is.
parents, and somehow he's rich off it, which I just find
I know
really
what that
crazy.
is. All family channels should not exist because they profit off their children.
Yeah,
And
literally,
when-
it's
if
not
I
an
ever
actual
get a kid-
family relationship. It's just mostly
Yeah, if
purpose is money, and that's it.
If I get a wife and kids and stuff, and I'm a YouTuber still. I am never in a million years showing their face to my YouTube channel until they're at least 12 to 13, so then they can make their decision.
The only reason I would do that is if they wanted to do it, not because I'd
Yes.
force them. I only do things
the
of
thing
free
about-
will.
The thing about that is that the child's brains, they are like they don't know exactly what they like until they're like, parents are responsible for every little thing that they do, like all their choices, so that until they're 18, because then they're an adult, you know.
Yeah, you
But I
just
think
have to
their
wait
brain-
until their adult brain ages.
it's
And basically,
just
they'll just
like-
do whatever the parent says, so I can see that in a corrupted sense.
Yes. Anyway, do you have any more questions?
I have a few more.
Right.
I don't want to take up too much of your time since you're busy working on videos, so I'm
No,
gonna...
I'm not really, because I mean, I just said I was, but I haven't worked on it in a couple days, so.
Same here.
I
I've
really
actually been
haven't-
currently working on a third episode of my talk show series. Like a couple hours ago. Like, just editing. Like, I'm actually gonna probably post it tomorrow or something.
Dude.
Yeah, so... Basically, another question is, how exactly did you meet Mario in your YouTube universe?
Okay, this is interesting. So, I was trying to make some lore. I haven't exactly found out, because, back when my brother, started doing YouTube, he had this, YouTube channel, which, unfortunately, he doesn't do it anymore. But basically, he had this thing where, like, you know, there was all these SMG4 characters, there's some machinists that, you know, he had Amit and stuff like that in it, because they weren't, you know, but, yeah, so basically, we never really explained how we met any of the characters, because that's the one detail I never remembered, and I don't know exactly what to do. I don't have any lore, but I want to make lore because for characters. So if you notice in this video, where I think it's called the Shell Rider, I posted it to Newgrounds as the title, called Koopa Shell Drive-Thru, which was originally going to be the title. But anyway, at the end, the Koopa that was killed, spoiler alert, goes to heaven, and it has a little scene, and King Bob-Omb's there, and he mentions a little small piece in his dialogue that says, "I may be a dimensional traveler," which means King Bob-Omb isn't actually in heaven. Well, he is in heaven, but he travels dimensions.
I totally understand, but say, is this place in heaven a ghost McDonald's by chance?
I mean, they're all.
I'm just
they're
kidding.
definitely-
It's a reference from this Friday Night Funkin' mod.
Brian Funkin'. Honestly, I think it's a good game and all, but it's starting to, like, wear off. I'm starting to, like...
Well, to be honest, in my opinion, it probably won't wear off until the full game comes. Like, to be straight up honest, it's more popular than Among Us. Among Us practically died.
Yeah, Among Us did. But, you know, I'm kind of starting to, what was I just gonna say? I mean, I think, Friday Night Funkin', this feels like Yandere Simulator. I haven't played the game, but I know...
I haven't played Yandere Simulator either, but I have played Friday Night Funkin' and a bunch of the mods. And I respect it, but I mostly just come for the music.
Yes, I think the music's better.
Yeah.
Anyway, Friday Night Funkin', the whole thing is that, is like, I mean, hey, if you make a mod for Friday Night Funkin', just know it's gonna take a little bit. It's gonna take like a week, and then it's gonna be extremely popular. A lot of people are gonna know the mod, and then you're gonna make a video saying, "This is how I made the mod," with absolutely like no mod experience.
Oh
It's
yeah, I've heard of that. There was a YouTuber called Nonsense Humor who did that exact same thing you were talking about. There's also other people who make Friday Night Funkin' mods, but they've actually made it in like a day.
What?
Yeah, there was this one called Friday Night Funkin' versus Animated Ball. I actually made a video playing it on my other channel, Crimson Gladiator. The one with around 52, 53 subs. So
nice.
It's pretty interesting. I even put a link to the mod link on Game Banana. Weird name for a modding community, though. I have to admit that.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think that Friday Night Funkin's starting to get old, unfortunately.
I don't think it's old, but I do...
It's having its...
The only thing I think is old is basically why haven't they put up the full game yet?
I know, it's like, people are... The mods are more popular than the actual game. I'm not talking about, like, the actual, like, franchise game. It's not actually a franchise, it's just a...
Well, it's so popular that it's its own section on YouTube. Yeah, and people are making millions of views off of that game, and still to this day.
It's called milking, and honestly, that's why I don't like these games. I'm starting to hate these games, actually, because it's just, people keep milking it. It's like, I don't care.
Well, I had an idea how they could do the full game. I was thinking maybe the creators of Friday Night Funkin' should talk to these modders who made some of the most popular mods, like Smoke 'Em Out, the Tabby mod, and all that, and they could put those in the game.
Yeah, I think so.
It would save a lot of time, animation.
Yeah.
And money, too.
Yeah, personally, I think one of the creators, Ninja Muffin, I don't respect him at all, but I actually do like the game, so...
I don't really know the Ninja Muffin guy, but I actually, on the Kickstarter, it said something interesting about one of the creators of the composer of music, called Kawaii Sprite. Basically, there was something on the Kickstarter saying that the guy was arrested?
Wait, what?
Yeah, and then they started getting into, like, making remixes of music in prison. I'm not joking, it's actually on the Kickstarter.
Okay, well that's... Anyway, this is actually kind of getting off topic
now. Oh, okay, then I'm gonna just ask the remaining questions I have. So, do you work with a team of Mario Machinists when making your videos, or do you work solo?
I think it's kind of obvious, but... Okay, so, first of all, yes, I work solo, but second of all, I think that I wanted to try and get some Machinists. There was this thing that happened in Dash 64 server, and I wanted to make a machinima video with it, which I think I'll still do. Basically, some of the people that were in that, we parodied Among Us accidentally, where I kept ghost pinging SJG4 on his server. So I just and he didn't know it was me. So it was literally like Among Us. So I wanted to get the voices. I know I can get SJG4's voice, but I wanted to get like GMM's voice and people like that. But I was shy because I don't know. Because when someone says no, it's like, oh man. But when someone says yes, it's like, oh my gosh.
Well, I totally understand. But if you need like someone to help for a video, I'd be happy to give you a hand. Like voices, whatever. Even if you want to add my character in your videos, I don't mind.
Well, that you know that. I appreciate that.
Of course. And all I ask is just credit to my channel. I'm not like the other YouTubers who ask for money. I think it's like a win-win situation.
I think I credit YouTubers. If I add a YouTuber or a machinist in my video, I credit them at the end.
Oh, speaking of credit, don't worry. I'll leave a link to your YouTube channel at the YouTube video.
Okay.
Featuring this set conversation. So, it's all fair game. I get good content, you get a shout out to your channel, and you might get more subscribers out of it.
You know what? That is true.
So it's a win-win. But basically, what or who inspired you to make your channel in the first place?
So, I think this is obvious, but in one of my Q&As, I said Onyx King, but
Oh
I think,
yeah, I'm a fan of his videos.
yes, I really like him, but it's not Onyx King who really inspired me. SMG4 and did, but the thing I didn't mention was that Onyx King, when I first saw his channel, I thought it was SMG4. I didn't even
Oh
check the
yeah, I
channel or
kind
anything.
of understand that. The reason I like Onyx King is because based off my content, even though the animation is bad, but I like to follow Onyx King's kind of style. It's not really the animation that matters, it's the story. So I
Yes,
focus a good story in my videos, even if I get backlash by my animation style. It doesn't
but
matter. As long as I have my story out there, I'm happy.
editing matters, or animation slash editing matters. Hold on, let me turn on my light.
Oh, don't worry about
Basically,
it.
basically, animation and stuff matters, but I think plots and stories matter way more.
I totally get that. But basically, let's see. What do you think of mobile machinists? And if you are one, what do you think about it?
So yeah, okay, mobile machinists. This is a thing that's been getting me. Personally, I don't mind them. I don't know. So I think I think they're okay. I don't see them as the. I don't think they're that bad. I think talented ones like Blooper. Blooper is a really talented mobile
Oh
machinist.
yeah, I've actually seen a
And
couple
yeah,
of his videos.
I think they're personally. I think Blooper is putting a lot of effort into his videos, more than like some of us machinists. Besides like Shyrix or like I forgot his name, but it was like it was the one that made these really cheese or something. I forgot the name, but it was a really good one. But um, but yeah, personally, I think that mobile machinists are pretty cool. Yeah, but I think that I personally like prefer PC machinists because I don't know. I don't. I think I appreciate what mobile machinists do, but I mean, I'm just more of a PC machinist guy. Now, don't worry. The people, I like the people. If the people are nice, then yeah, I like them. I don't
Oh, I
have
totally
to.
understand. I don't consider
What type?
myself as a mobile machinist, even though I do use it on mobile. Mostly it's because of the resources I'm given and a lot of the stuff I use. I do use PC, like Mac, Android, or whatever, but it's a combination of both. I use my phone for the editing and making the video, and I use my computer to submit it, and for Gmod for their backgrounds. So you could say
Yeah,
it's a mix.
that makes sense. Yeah. Speaking of that, there's emulators for mobile too. But basically, there's this mobile thing called Tendo 64,
I've heard
and
of it actually,
this
but I don't know
this
really how to use it.
this guy commented on one of my videos saying, "Hey, I know where you got your name from. Basically, it's this emulator called Tendo 64." And I'm like, "No, it's actually from." So if you're wondering, 10 stands for TheExplodingNess. I need to get that across because people don't understand.
But what's the
I got
exploding nest stand for? I know that's the acronym for it, but what's behind the actual name?
Okay, so we're gonna go in deep into this. So basically, um, what the name is based off of a long time ago. It's still now. I like war, not actual civil war and
Oh, I
Star
totally
Wars.
understand. Like,
Like Call of Duty, it's like I
oh
think
yeah,
it's like
not
I
like
think war
Fortnite. That's kind of dead.
war games. Oh yeah, I like battle royale. I like war games, and I like crime. I like a lot. I like the Matrix. I love the
Oh,
Matrix.
I've
So
seen the first
basically,
movie of The Matrix. Really good movie. I have to
no,
agree on that.
the second one's really good. The Matrix is a really good series. So basically, on top of that, basically I made basically the explodingness. Actually, I had that name before 1064. When I was changing my name, so my brother had the Awesome Max TEM 64 name. I was like, you know what? I want a long name instead of exploding 64. So I changed it the explodingness. I don't know. That's just what I thought of, and it was kind of like planet like themed. So that's why I had exploding. I always had
Oh
exploding.
yeah.
I think it's a cool. I don't know what it is. It's a verb adjective or now I don't know. It's either like an adjective or a verb, but I think it's a really cool. I think it's an adjective, but it's a really good. I think it's a pretty good name.
Yeah.
As of now.
I totally understand. Like, as I'm gonna actually put myself in an example. My name's long, but it's mostly an acronym. If you've heard, you probably see my channel. It's called SLGM, but the name actually stands for Super Luigi Glitchy Mario. I was trying to find up cool names, and I thought, hey, wouldn't it be a cool idea that I come up with a fusion between Mario and Luigi for a name? And I have Glitchy from SMG4.
You know what? That's actually a pretty good idea.
And I actually searched the name before. They didn't have it, so I took it for myself. So
yeah.
And that's how the channel was born, basically.
That's something. When I wanted to become a YouTuber, the first thing I was thinking about was channel names. All the way back from 2016, when I wanted to start my YouTube channel, I was like, okay, well, which name do I go for? So I'm thinking of TheExplodingNess. I thought of that name. I thought of like exploding. Okay, so my first actual channel is called Exploding Alex. Alex is my real name.
Oh, don't worry. If you don't mind sharing this stuff on the talk show, I don't mind showing it, but I can also block it out if you want.
I don't care. No. I already revealed it because it's not the worst thing ever.
Okay, so you don't mind if I post it?
Yeah, it's the last name that matters.
Oh, totally understand. Isn't that like a common name, practically?
Alex is a very common name.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically I wanted to make sure nobody took my name, but nowadays it's like nobody's gonna have that name.
Yeah.
So.
Same for me. Like
the odds?
Usually for me, I keep my stuff private. That's why I'm known as an anonymous YouTuber. My whole thing's like a persona. Like, when I first started, it was just Crimson Gladiator, before SLGM was actually a thing.
Because I thought there was a thing where if you put in that name, if it said, this name is taken, so then...
Oh yeah, that part always gets really annoying.
I never knew how to create a channel at that time, so...
Yeah, when I first started, it was like, you have to create a Gmail account. Then you gotta press create a channel on YouTube. Then you gotta post your videos, and you gotta hope if someone likes it. It's like, a lot of YouTubers, they like, expect a lot of views and they make money. But it's the hard work, the dedication you put on your channel, and you have to know what the people want. Literally, I kind of found that out by accident when I uploaded my first video to my SLGM channel. It was actually a rejected SMG4 collab video for the 2020 Mega Collab. It was called Mario Made a Meme.
Yeah.
The thing exploded and got around 363 views, I think. Yeah, and it was actually, there were scrapped parts I had to put. If you've seen it, it was basically Mario has a meme on a computer called Spaghetti, and it shows him dancing on spaghetti.
Yeah.
But basically, there was actually a scrapped part where it was actually supposed to be naked Mario dancing on spaghetti, but at the time, I was thinking of the direction of my channel. So I didn't want it to be like, I didn't want to get canceled off YouTube and all that, and I wanted to be safe. So what I do is basically this. I just scrap that part, and I put a normal Mario dancing on spaghetti instead.
Okay.
And just hope no one would notice.
Yep. Alright.
Let's say, thank you so much for appearing on my talk show series. I started it out because I wanted to figure out as like an experiment for my channel. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be cool if I was the host of my own YouTube series where I talk to small Mario machinists about how they create their channel?
Yeah. Dude, this was honestly like a really nice pleasure. I really like interviews, and I've always wanted to be interviewed.
Of course.
Yeah, this is really awesome.
Always happy to help. And if you ever want to show up for a second interview, I totally don't mind. I wouldn't mind. I actually been thinking of maybe recasting like other people for second interviews, but like not as like question based, but like just a chatting, kind of like LL500X's video Scrubs in a Chat, but more of like a talk show style base.
That yeah, that's actually Sounds like a
That
really
was
good
actually the reason I kind of started it, because I was inspired by his Scrubs in a Chat series.
one. Yeah.
And actually,
Honestly,
I'm
I
gonna
think
give you a sneak peek of my video. Like, I'm just gonna tell you about it. For my
Okay.
new BMM, it was actually my character deciding what to figure out on YouTube. So he scrolls on his phone on Discord to figure some ideas, and he's looking through his private chats with L500X, and he says, "Hey, you ought to make some more BMM videos." And my character says, "Oh, I know what I have to do now. Gotta make more BMM."
honestly, I think this whole BMM thing, where basically what you do is you talk to small creators, I think that's honestly just a very, very
Yeah,
nice
and if
thing
it
to
takes
do.
off, I might talk to full, bigger YouTubers. But now, I'm just
Yeah.
starting small. And actually,
Yeah.
you wanna know what the name stands for?
What?
Behind Mario's mustache.
Yeah. Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I
Honestly,
was just thinking about it, like, just working one day, and I thought, hey, why not I just do for BMM, I do Behind Mario's mustache, where it's, represents the recolor.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is I think this series is gonna take off. I think it's gonna be great. And yeah, dude, I hope you for the best.
Yeah.
Because I think that small YouTubers getting recognition is always good because you know there's a lot of creators that they don't really get the recognition they deserve because they're talented, but they don't get interviewed. It's like I think what you're doing is pretty great. This interview was actually a lot of fun and it was great to chat.
Yeah.
So
Feel
yeah.
free if you want to join for another interview sometime. Just hit me up in the DMs and I'd be happy to consider it.
Yeah, I will.
Or if you just need someone to help out with a video, I don't mind. I've actually been coming up with a few ideas. I might do collabs with people in the future if you're ever interested.
I will be interested. Yes.
Well, but seriously, thanks for showing up. Well, this is it for BMM, and I'll talk to you some other time.
All right. See you later.
See you later, 1064. Thank you for coming.
Yep. No problem.
Bye.